Hey everybody, I'm Ted from Tebex. In this video I'm going to show you how to prepare your Rust server to connect it to your web store. So I'm going to show you how to install Oxide, how to make yourself admin, and how to get a plugin working. It doesn't really matter if you use a hosting company or host it locally. It doesn't really matter what hosting company you use. Most of them will use a control panel called TC Admin, as you can see here. They will look mostly the same. We are going to be using gtxgaming.co.uk. Setting up the plugins with all the permissions can be a little bit annoying. Luckily, we got the permissions manager from codefling.com. If you click on plugins, it will probably be at the top. Otherwise, just here at the top left, search for permissions manager. Download that, and that's going to make things a lot easier. If you host it locally, go to umod.org, click on games, then click on Rust. Just make sure you download the one for your operating system, so Windows or Linux. You're going to open that zip file with a program like WinRAR or 7-zip, and you're going to drag the Rust dedicated _ data into your Rust server files folder. That is the folder that has the Rust dedicated.exe inside. If you drag it in here, it will ask you if you want to replace the files, and you just click yes. Make sure you do this while the server is not running. Once it's done, start up your server and the Oxide folder that I already have here should pop up. If you ever need to update Oxide, you would do exactly the same thing. Download the newest version, drag the Rust dedicated _ data folder inside here, replace the files with the newer versions, and you're updated. Then start your server. Since we are going to be using gtxgaming.co.uk, it's going to be a little bit more simple for us. You can see my server is stopped, so I'm going to click on updates, scroll down, and then install UMod. As you can see here on the left, UMod and Oxide are exactly the same thing. They used to be called Oxide and then they rebranded to UMod. Once completed, it will automatically close itself. Then we can go up and go back to our server. I'm going to start my server. I'm going to click on Web Console. This will tell us everything that's going on our server. And you can see that our server is starting up. You can also see that it says Archon password here. And you have to fill in your password, and you can click save here on the bottom right. If I click on configuration file, you can see here it says the start file with the Archon settings and custom comments. If we click on easy configurator, you can see here that we can see the Archon password. If we copy this and then paste it in here and click enter, it should log us in, and that allows us to actually run comments once this is finished. So let's wait for it to finish, and then let's drag in our plugin. And it says here, Steam server initialized, server startup completed. Perfect. Then let's click on cancel over here. So here we are back in our configurable files or configuration files. And you can see here that the server.cfg has the general game settings, server name, and description. We're going to click on easy configurator. I'm going to change the name to Tebex Academy just to make it easier for us to find it. And I'm going to save it. And just to make sure, we're going to restart the server and let it load up with those new settings. I'm going to copy the connection info. To connect to it, we press F1 and type connect space and then paste in the IP address with the port. Or since we changed the name, we just go here, we search, and we click refresh. You can see here under modded it says one server and it says Tebex Academy. And then you can also add it to your favorites, and then it gets added to your favorites list with all your other favorites. Just maybe refresh to see all the other ones as well. I'm going to click on it and join the server. I'm connected to the server. If we go back to the console, we can see here Ted Pommes with the Steam ID. This has joined from the IP address this. I'm copying my Steam ID, and here where it says comment, I'm going to say owner ID space and then paste in my Steam ID. When I press enter, it says edit owner unnamed because I didn't give it a name with my Steam ID. I'm then going to say write CFG, and then it will say config saved, and that means that if you restart your server, it still remembers that you are admin. I still have my Steam ID copied, so I'm going to say kick and then kick myself because I need to rejoin the server. If I'm on the server while giving myself admin, it doesn't do anything. Only when you join a server, it's checking if you are admin or not. You can see here, disconnected, kicked, no reason, and I'm just going to retry connection. And then back in the black screen, we should now see Ted Pommes has authenticity level number 2, and that means that we are admin. I'm gonna go back to my control panel, go into the file manager, go into Oxide, plugins, click on upload, and then choose file. So I've chosen the permission manager and I'm going to click on upload. If we look at the chat comments, you can see here /perms or /perms player opens the graphical user interface. So let's do that. In chat, I'm going to say /perms. And you can see that it opens up the permissions manager. So now you should have your server set up with Oxide or UMod. It's the same thing. You should know how to make yourself admin so you can configure the plugins and also run your secret key and connect your Rust server to Tebex. In our other video, we show you exactly how to connect your Tebex store to your Rust server. I hope this was helpful. Join our Discord to hang out with other content creators to learn how to grow your online community. All our social links will be in the video description. Thank you for watching and good luck with your Tebex store.